me, Mrs. EK. Today we are going to be working on suffixes. A suffix is a meaningful word part that we can add to the end or the back of a word. This will make a new word with a new meaning. Remember that suffix can give us a clue as to what our new word will mean. We are going to work with 3 different suffixes today. All right, when we add the suffix full to a word, our word becomes an adjective. An adjective is a describing word. It describes someone or something. The suffix full will let us know that that thing or someone is full of whatever it is. If we were to add the suffix ly to a word, our word becomes an adverb. You say adverb? An adverb describes the verb. It tells how we're doing something. Describes the action. So it says how something is done. And then when we add the suffix ness to a word, our word becomes a noun. It's a state or condition. It's kind of like a feeling of emptiness, right? So there's a feeling there, a state or condition of, right? So it's a thing. All right, scholars, we are going to begin with adding the suffix full to the end of words. Are you ready? Our first one is adding full to the word color. Let's sound that one out. We have colorful. What word? Colorful. You're right. In the deciduous forest in the fall time, it can be so colorful because all of the leaves on the trees are changing colors, and they'll all be different colors, which makes it full of color. Absolutely. Colorful. All right. Our next word, we're going to add the suffix full to the word beauty. Let's sound that one out. We have beautiful. What word? Beautiful. And I know you all have heard of this word, right? This word's pretty fun. When you have to spell it, you have to use that I rule. You have to change that Y in the word beauty to an I before you can add your suffix full. This word just means full of beauty, right? So lots of people will go hiking on the trails in the deciduous forest because it is so beautiful. The scenery is full of beauty. All right, scholars, we're going to move along to our suffix ly, L-Y. We're going to add ly to the word quiet. Let's sound that one out. We have quietly. What word? Quietly, yes. Do you know that when the foxes and bobcats are hunting deer and small animals, they have to move very quietly? Do you see how I described the action that they're doing? I'm describing how they're moving. They're moving quiet because they don't want the deer or small animals to hear them or else they'll run away, right? Yeah. All right, what about this word? We're going to add the suffix ly to the word loud. Let's sound that one out. We have loudly. What word? Loudly. Oh, do you hear that? That woodpecker is pecking on the tree very loudly. Yes, it describes the way in which the woodpecker is pecking, and it is loud. All right. Before we move to our next suffix, I want us just to take a moment. We are going to do a little bit of mindfulness. I used my suffix full and ness. Mindfulness. Yes. So what I want you to do is just to sit somewhere comfortably and to close your eyes. We are going to imagine that we are walking on a path in the deciduous forest. As we walk further into the forest, it becomes darker. More and more trees are covering the light. You get a sense of darkness as you get further into the forest. You decide to take a seat against the trunk of a tree. You notice the calmness in the air. You watch a butterfly gently land on a leaf. You decide to go ahead and get up. As you stand up from the cold ground, you can kind of feel the dampness on your clothes. You see the light and you begin to walk towards it. All right, scholars, go ahead and open your eyes. Well, during that trip, we use lots of words with the suffix ness. So we added ness to the word dark. Let's sound that one out. We have darkness. What word? Darkness. Yep, and that's the thing where it is the state or condition of being dark. And then we are adding ness to the word calm. Let's sound that one out. We have calmness. What word? Calmness. And that is the state or condition of being calm. And then we have the word damp, and we add the suffix ness. Let's sound that one out. We have dampness. What word? Dampness. Absolutely. And that is the feeling of being damp, right? Nice work, scholars. What I would like for you to do, I know you've probably been wondering, why does Mrs. EK have these numbers on top of our words? Well, that's an activity for us to do together. I would like for you to go get your paper and something to write with, and I'll wait until you get back. All right, on your paper, go ahead and draw 2 lines going straight down to make some columns. When you have those, I want you to go ahead and write the numbers 1, 2, and 3, just like we have right up here on the chart. You are going to see some headings pop up on the screen. Now, really quick, a heading kind of gives us the main idea of that section, right? So you're going to decide which heading would fit on the top of each section. Before you start, let's go over what our suffixes mean again. All right, scholars, so let's review these suffixes again. So when we add the suffix full, remember it makes our word an adjective, a describing word. That means full of. And then when we add the suffix ly, it makes our word an adverb, and it tells us how something is done, right? And then when we add the suffix ness, it makes our word a noun, which is a state or condition. All right, scholars, are you ready? All right, so here it is, scholars. You have 3 headings. You are going to decide which one goes on top of our first section. Let's reread those words really quick. We have colorful and beautiful. Which heading do you think fits for number 1? When you know, go ahead and write it down under number 1. Let's see what you picked. Did you write the heading full of? Absolutely, scholars. Yeah, remember that is full of color and full of beauty. We'll cross that one off. All right, let's look at our second section. Let's reread these words. We have quietly and loudly. Look at the headings that you have left. Which heading would fit for section number 2? When you know, go ahead and write it down. I'm curious to see what you wrote. How something is done? Is that what you wrote? You're right. Something could be done very quietly or very loudly. That means we only have 1 heading left. Go ahead and write that last heading for section number 3. And that one is state or condition of. Let's go ahead and reread the words that we have in that section. We have darkness, calmness, and dampness. Awesome job, scholars. When you are writing words today or a story, why don't you try to use some of the suffixes full, ly, and ness? You can make different kinds of words with different kinds of sentences.
This program is made possible in part by the Michigan Department of Education, the State of Michigan, and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. Additional support by viewers like you. Thank you.